Recording in progress.
Thank you, Claire.
All right, so everybody, this is Jayme playing Ebenezer Crunch. We discussed on our one-on-one that he won't ever be able to be captain of a starship, or else it would be licensing problems.
I already lost my shit over Ebenezer Crunch, and then it just changes over to fucking Nick Cage.
That was not supposed to happen. I apologize.
Well,
He was
from now on, that's how I'm picturing your character.
It's coming at you.
Would you say that Ebenezer Crunch is a Nick Cage role?
I mean, what isn't a Nick Cage role? You could play it.
You know what? Good point.
He's elderly, so he'd need some old age makeup, or we'd have to wait 10 years maybe. He's pretty old, right? What is he, 60?
Yeah. He's got to be like
Is that
40s or 50s.
Oh, I thought he was older.
Hey.
Okay, we'll have to wait.
I have
He's
no
not
idea.
old.
I don't know. He's older than I am.
Yeah, he's got to
So-
be pushing 60, right?
I'm pushing 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Not that
I am
old.
52.
Gotcha.
Everyone shut up about the age-blind baby.
Welcome back to Shattered Worlds RPG. I'm your Loremaster, Jeff, and with me tonight are the beautiful Anthony,
Hello.
the charming and debonair AJ,
Hi.
and the brilliant and sophisticated Kristy.
Hello.
And joining us for the first time, all in a group, is your friend. You know him, you love him, Jayme,
Hey, everybody.
playing
stranger.
Ebenezer Crunch.
Yes.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Yeah, get acquainted while I bring up the last time on. I'm dog
How are
sitting.
you?
He just came over.
Pretty good. How's
That's
everybody doing?
wonderful.
Yeah, so a little bit of housekeeping. Let's see. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, because this is your first time with the group. You know, how you got into RPGs, maybe, or your
Okay.
experience with podcasting.
Yeah. I got into RPGs pretty much. I was at a farmer's market hanging out with my friend Chris, and he just randomly said that he had run this game of Dungeons and Dragons, and he royally screwed it up because he gave out way too much treasure. And right then I was hooked on the idea that you could like easily design your own game and, mess it up, of course. But it was just like, you didn't need to, get a Nintendo or something to make a game. You could just do it yourself on paper. And I
Hell
played
yeah.
a little bit of D&D second edition. I tried to run the first quest, which was like a CD-ROM. It had like a little music CD with like tavern noises and stuff. And I ran a game for that friend, and I immediately killed him off in the first combat and didn't know what to do. And we just kind of shrugged. It was just like these two mean like hobgoblin doormen to like the front door of the adventure, and that's what killed him. And we were just like, I guess it's over.
Oh my God.
Listen, sometimes the nat one gets you.
But yeah, then I took a bit of a break, and then I got back into it around 5th edition, and just started playing games in the store and running games, and I've been hooked on playing RPGs ever since.
Hell yeah. And podcasting, have you done much of that?
I have done some podcasting in a thankfully long lost a professional wrestling podcast.
That's fun.
We'd review SmackDown and Raw. Don't look for it. It's not worth it.
Oh man. It's always a bummer thinking about the defunct podcasts. I have so many.
Oh dear. Oh no.
AJ had one of the best of all time.
It was exactly my brand of dumb, and I love it so much. I wish it was still going, but I just did not have the time for it.
Mm-hmm. So let's see, what else? Lines and veils. I don't know if we talked about this when you were on before, but there are safety tools that we like to use. So lines are things you don't want to interact with in the run of play. For us, that's slavery, violence against children, sexual assault. Is that it?
You don't like poop stuff, Jeff.
Oh, that's a veil. I'm okay with a little bit of blue humor. And I think for AJ, it is body horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Cronenberg shit. Veils are things you don't mind being mentioned, but we kind of fade to black on them. So that'll be poop stuff and graphic sex and violence. And either of these, if you ever want to add something to the list, just shoot me a message or drop it in the chat, or bring it up verbally if you want to discuss it. And then there's two more. The X card, which just put an X in the chat or make an X with your hands on the Zoom. And that's like, I'm not crazy about what's happening right now. Let's take a break, take a breath. You can either talk about it or we just pause and then start up again, but not doing whatever the thing is that we were doing. And then the O card is a good one. It's like you make a O with your hands or a heart, some people like to do, or put an O in the chat. And that means I like whatever's happening right now. I want it to continue. So like a role-playing thing, it's usually a role-playing thing. But I guess it could be me describing a location and you're just getting hard over it or whatever. Metaphorically speaking.
I'm drawing a veil right there. Keep it to yourself, pervert.
It's reasonable.
I would like to open my section of the veil and be specifically for this content. Let me walk past the veil with you.
All right. So grab your 10s and 6s and let's get ready to go. I said that pretty weird. I don't know why.
It was fun. I enjoyed every second of it.
I'm pumped.
Let's get ready to roll.
Hi, Pumped. I'm AJ. It's so nice to meet you.
Classic bit.
You had to do it as the new person, too.
Last time on Shattered Worlds, Beverly Bonifacio, head of colony security, grills the heroes. Mistletoe's been studying management techniques. The heroes get scanned for weapons. The colony's leaders get introduced. I don't know why I'm doing this in present tense. The colony's leaders got introduced and grilled the heroes. Some more. Meanwhile, Zentradi physician Keziah reached the colony's border along with several Yafriti gangsters from Antares 1 asteroid base. Beverly interrogated them and talked about the arrival of the other heroes to the colony. They arrived at the colony proper, meeting the many villagers. Keziah met the heroes. The colony's leaders had a sit-down chat with the group. Keziah read a famous poem, and the heroes then spoke before the assembled colonists outside. Keziah offered medical services, then read her poem again, badly. Gale did an interpretive dance. Alecto read a haiku. Then the heroes did an AMA, followed by a big party. The gulls, those are the gangsters, they made pasta, I guess, or maybe pizza. Gale turned invisible and did some eavesdropping. The gulls discussed Dr. Emil Frentz from Antares asteroid base. Papa Junzel is not a fan. Gale messed with Alecto, who was drunk, and Alecto threw some hands. And then the heroes got settled in their rooms. That night, something wild was happening outside the palace. I'm not sure what to call it. It's not really a palace. We'll call it City Hall or the hotel.
The hovel.
The hovel. There we go. The hovel. So the prisoners. Did I tell you guys that the prisoners had escaped, or is that new information?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, the prisoners escaped into the night, and there's a big kerfuffle.
Those bitches.
So VIPs, the Oakleaf Society, you two and Keziah, you come down the steps and you see all these people out in the plaza hubbubbing and watermelon. And then you see Soraya Sten, the executive director, out there. You see Beverly there, the security chief. And you see this elderly dude in a... why don't you describe your character, Jayme?
All right. Ebenezer Crunch, he's got a colonist jumpsuit with I think he would have come up with some of his own unofficial pieces of flair to mark his own accomplishments. In his 60s, he's got vaguely toad-like features, kind of wide thin lips, and kind of he's got little stubby pit bull arms. He's very round and he looks high energy. He's really amped up right now.
Heck yeah. Did you mention he's Lunari?
Oh, yeah, he's Lunari.
Good deal.
And also Bullywog.
Yes. And so the three of you, why don't you introduce... I already kind of described you a little bit when Jayme was on a couple weeks ago, but let's do it now.
All right, I guess I'll start. Alecto is a short, chunky, freak girl with short blue hair and very wide golden eyes. She's extremely cute and perky, and probably a little hungover at this right now. So her usual perkiness is not present, and she's wearing a martial arts gi with I don't know, fancy ancient Lunari writing on it, embroidered on it.
Mm-hmm. Gale, you see a woman with kind of dark green tendrils coming out of her head, very dark green hair. At least I'm hoping that's how I wrote her. It's been so long since I've had to describe my character. Very pale green skin, almost translucent to a point, you can see veins. Very slender, still kind of short, early to mid 20s. She's wearing a dark blue and probably at this point of the adventure tattered nightgown. And she's bespectacled, and she just seems very light on her feet and just going from person to person, very excited.
Oh, I forgot to ask, have y'all changed out of your fancy entertainment gear?
I don't think we ever had a chance to.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So scrap the whole wearing a gi thing. I'm wearing a
because Gale has her dimensional inventory that I assume all your outfits are in. So we can say that you put on your regular clothes.
Oh, okay. I forgot about your dimensional bag of holding inventory.
So what do you actually want to be wearing?
The gi. Yeah, not the fancy skimpy dancer's outfit that I was wearing on the train.
Oh, I guess for continuity, I did have Gale in a jumpsuit with blue pumps, but we can change that up if you like.
Gale changed into a jumpsuit with blue pumps at some point. Didn't even think, wasn't even cognizant of getting changed. She just kind of like opened up. She grabbed one thing for Alecto, not really paying attention, and she found another thing. She was like, "Oh, okay."
You did the magic anime girl spin.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Sailor
yeah.
Moon salute at the end.
Yeah.
And Kristy, did you already describe yourself?
No, not yet. Keziah she's short and slight for a Zentrite, about 5'4". She's also very pale. She's got the fiber optic skin. She's very heavily cybernetically modified. She doesn't actually have hair. She's got these like wires and fiber optic cables that are kind of coming out of her head, and they're also wrapped around her head, kind of like a like a head wrap. And she's got stuff grafted onto either arm. One arm is bigger, one forearm is bigger than the other, and she also has something that's attached to her back that looks like a mini backpack, maybe. And she just kind of stares at stuff a lot.
Cool. So if I remember the conversation, it went something like Soraya was upbraiding Deputy Ramsey for letting the Terusians escape. He got a bump on the head. Or no, he got a bit of a stunner blast.
Yeah.
And you see Ebenezer standing next to him, just kind of waiting to get his ration. And she's asking him all these questions about reports and inspection information. And then this big, tall, dark or olive-skinned gentleman, Zentrite, bald. He's in sort of he has his jumpsuit, his gray jumpsuit on under it, but he has like these kind of flowing dark robes that sort of pick up the colors of what's behind him, sort of at certain points. And so you think it might be a color shifting cloak that's not turned all the way on. And he's got a bunch of security goons with stun batons behind him. And he is ordered to lead the quest out into the jungle to recover the Terusians. And Beverly kind of gives you your brief, which is to go as quickly as possible and get them before the night fires or somebody else gets a hold of them. And they have a stunner. They have a stun baton, and I think that's it for weaponry. They shouldn't have any armor. But yeah, they took Deputy Ramsey's gear. And yeah, you think Deputy Ramsey might be getting fired. He's like 60, kind of chunky, tall. He's a Yafrit. He's good at impressions and copying people's faces. Life of the party. So, anywho, y'all are getting outfitted, ready to go. Is there any gear that you would like boots, rope, night vision goggles, stuff like that? Before you go, Faraj is asking if you want to be outfitted.
Do I still... Oh, wait, is this directed at me?
All four of you, really.
Okay. Do I still have my Virtua goggles?
Yes, of course.
Is there a night vision mode enacted in those?
Of course.
All right, then I'm good
Yeah.
on goggles.
Infrared and UV.
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
We can see for 50 yards in near total darkness. So
Yes, we can.
Yes, absolutely. And
forgot
Keziah
about
has
that
all.
part.
I just had to check. I'm like, do we need those?
Yeah. So the three of you have all the gear you started with. But Ebenezer, is there any specific stuff you want for this journey?
Basically, if they have like a good pair of boots, I don't like getting soggy toes, and maybe like a nice like all weather poncho. And as I start to make these requests, I kind of get the feeling like maybe I can just keep like asking for more and more. So I'm kind of seeing how far I could push it. Things I maybe will use after we stop these escaped Terusians, perhaps.
Okay, so finally you've listed a few things, and Faraj rolls his eyes and points for one of the guards to go get a standard adventuring pack. And they bring it back, and you strap that bad boy on.
Oh, yes, a standard pack. Yes, thank you.
Extra socks, because now it is getting really wet. Thunder's booming, storms coming in from the east, and it's a moonless night. I think. Let me check my notes. Thanks for waiting, everyone. This old man has diarrhea, so...
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh.
This motherfucker is 20 years old. Can you believe it?
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't even know
20?
dogs could live that long.
Dang.
Holy shit.
That's
Well, not those shits aren't holy. That's
The
what's coming
holy
out of your
shits.
dog's butthole is demonic right now. But as an
Demonic holes.
exclamation of remark, holy shit.
All right, so where were we? We were getting ready to go. So Faraj has a 4-man squad that'll go on ahead and blaze a trail. There are trails through the jungle, but they get overgrown pretty quickly. So they need to get up there with some space machetes and go to work.
space machetes.
Ebenezer, do you have your space clipboard ready to go?
Oh yeah. If you notice this button in the top, you can activate it, and it turns the edge of the space clipboard into a space machete. No. maybe I've like honed it to a fine edge, and I could use it to kind of hack through.
Love it.
I'm beginning to see the tone that the last episode took.
All right. So without further ado, y'all head out on the road and eventually get to the edge of the thick jungle. And there's a big clearing, and you all are chatting. Faraj is checking his scanning device and is looking for any sign of life, electronic devices, that kind of stuff. And he's like, I've got a few heat signatures out that way that aren't my team, so I think we should start there. And so that's a path heading southwest or southeast of the clearing. So if somebody wants to freehand dark green path, it's 10 feet wide. It doesn't have to be dark green, but that fits the color scheme. And as we go, I'll do the fog of war thing so you can see. So it's pretty dark, but you have your dark vision and your Virtua goggles. Does anybody have a torch or a lantern going?
I think we can all
Scare
see
off
in the dark.
Oh, okay.
One way or the other.
Okay.
I forget if I can make fire.
gaslight.
I think
Like
Faraj
gatekeeper
has
robots.
I think Faraj has a gas torch going to scare off the rhinos. Y'all have been connected to the colony's database, so if you want to learn about the animals that might be out here, you should have that. If you like, I can copy it into the chat.
Oh, yes. I would like to make an insight roll to see how much I learn.
Our insight, like you're studying Faraj or Ebenezer or Keziah?
I guess, what skill would be associated with, I guess, knowledge, some flavor of knowledge roll.
Yeah.
To, like, see how much data I get off on these animals.
You get off on these animals?
I
Crazy.
I mean, you don't need to roll a check, but I like that you are you're quickly compiling the stuff you need. So yeah, give me a knowledge check. That's a light check. +2 if you have biology, wilderness, tracking,
Are we perhaps on a different plane?
research. What's that? On a different plane? No, sadly.
Okay, no. So, no, arcane and planes will not help me here. Those are the ones I have.
Okay, cool. So just your light and the roll.
And do a scrolly. That's 18?
18. Cool. And if you want to use the digital thing, we are on roll 20, so you can use that. It's the second from the bottom on your toolbar. So you got an 18, so that's a medium success. So in addition to the stuff I just put in the chat, you learned that at this time of year and at this time of night, blood bats are probably your most likely, the thing you're most likely to come across. The squat dogs have been sort of chemically and electronically tamed, so they're all over the colony, but the ones out in the wilderness are dangerous. So you might come across those. I don't know if you fought those yet, but they're out there.
Oh, yeah, we fought a squat dog.
Oh yeah, you threw it out into the river.
Yeah. We had a little fisticuffs action with that. It was me and Missile.
Oh, and there's a ton of whipsaw moss in this particular area. That is not the stuff that poisoned Missile. That's something else.
If I have biology, would I be able to figure anything else out?
Yeah, go for it. You pull up the database, you do a little digging.
I just add my biology skill to the roll.
Light +2 plus your roll.
Gotcha. Okay, so it'd be a 20.
That's for the longest time I called it a difficult success, but that felt like not good enough, so I'm calling it an extraordinary success.
Yeah.
Oh.
Until we think of something better. So, let's see, what would you learn? Y'all can suggest some stuff you might want to, like certain categories or whatever. Otherwise, I'll just come up with something. Oh, the whipsaw moss. The best way to deal with that, according to one of the colony scavenging teams, is to not get within 10 feet. And if they do grab you, they're very hardy, so you want to hit them with a vibra blade or a big machete or a
Face machete.
or one of Alecto's magic swings or Gale's, missiles or something. And for the blood bats, you've learned that they don't like fire and they can be scared off by a loud, high-pitched noise. Screws up their sonar.
This is all pretty horrible, by the way. Why would anybody live here?
Yeah, they shouldn't have put the colony here. It was a terrible idea.
Crunchgrass, you've essentially made Legos.
Yeah, really. But like D4 Legos.
Not to brag, but the crunch grass was named after me.
You were the first person to step on it.
It hurts. So why do you think I requested the fancy boots?
Nice.
So yeah, you're headed southeast. You can see it bends to the northwest about 50 feet ahead. So draw up from the clearing down 10 squares and then bend off to the northeast.
I don't have 10 squares of space, my friend.
Yes, I will reveal those areas. Polygon reveal.
2, 3. Are there any bunnies that will hurt us terribly?
That's one of those half animal hybrids that howl like babies.
All right, I'm at 5 squares down.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Some Resident Evil stuff going on there.
Is any of this going through? Can you see? What I'm
I
working
can
with?
see something that like curves off to my right, but I don't have any more space below me.
For some reason, there's a big dark patch in the middle.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say.
10, and it curves off to the right.
Yes. To the northeast. It's a tight turn. And the jungle here has been cut about 7-8 feet tall and 10 feet wide. And because you've got people trailblazing ahead of you, there should be it shouldn't be too dangerous. So you put yourselves at the bend there.
If you can.
If you dare.
At the fork of path and road less traveled.
Thank you, Robert Frost.
What's your marching order? Are you going 2 by 2? Are you going one at a what's that called? One
Single
in a row.
file.
Single file.
I think we should go single file just because there's so many dangerous critters that
Okay.
it would limit the amount of people being randomly attacked by something.
Do you all want to stay together or do you want someone to go on point?
I can tank point. I'm the tankiest.
I'm
Okay.
baby. Put me behind.
Faraj has a cyber eye, so he can see farther. He'll be right behind. He'll be about 20 feet behind you, and you'll go up another 20 feet.
Okay.
Is this order okay with you, with Ebenezer in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably be like towards the back, but like directly behind Alecto. Like, because I don't want Alecto to get hurt.
Alecto's up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I feel like middle is fine with her as long as she's right behind Alecto.
So Faraj sends you on ahead about 20 feet to get a measure of this area up ahead.
Okay. So 20 feet.
Yeah. So as you're coming near this next clearing, and you hear some noises. Oh, by the way, the jungle, it's hard to hear stuff through the thick jungle, so you won't necessarily hear things until they're very close.
Nice.
Dick.
Okay, so you see up ahead, it looks pretty normal. Give me a perception check. And this would be, I think it would be investigation. Add 2 if you have wilderness, survival. I think that's it.
I got nothing. I know how to like climb and swim and all that stuff. I did roll a 9.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I have the perception skill. I don't have the investigation skill, but I have a perception skill. So I don't know if that counts. And I have a light of 8.
You have a light of 8?
Yeah, I'm not the smartest bulb in the book.
Okay, so 8 plus 9 plus 2 is 19.
19.
Oh, this brings me to action points. Y'all will start with 2, unless you remember having more before AJ and Alecto. You have 3, Alecto? Okay. So the way these work is you can add 5 to your roll, or you can re-roll, and then you can also use it to screw up the enemy's rolls. Or, Jayme came up with this, you can give it to a friend and have them use it.
Yeah,
So,
here you go, friends.
You might do that.
I think I have a couple of bonus action points just from when we were doing the build.
Yes. Oh, you mean that you didn't spend?
I forget. I thought when we were doing the character, I had an option to, instead of like buying a skill or something, just get a couple more points. I might be wrong,
Yes.
though.
Yeah, you got 2 action points. And yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say you can't have more than 3 at a time. So you have 3.
Sounds good.
All right. So would anybody like to assist Alecto's roll? Or just let it ride?
I'll assist.
Cool. All right. Knock one of those off. Alecto, you see there's something odd about the ground. It seems like there's less grass and leaves and stuff. You can even see down to some of the sandy soil.
I'll stop and I watched a hollow the other night where this tracker put his ear to the ground and was able to sense movement. And she'll do that. It does not work at all. But I'll ask Keziah to come up and I'll say, does any of this look weird to you? This looks weird to me.
Okay.
Since you're the biologist.
Or biology.
Yes, investigation. This is not biology. This is wilderness survival.
I thought she was a dentist.
I guess geology, maybe? And of course, if you consult your database, which takes, I don't know, about a minute, I'll give you +2.
Okay.
Do you have investigation?
I do.
Okay, so you'll get +4 to your roll. If you want to take the time to consult your database.
Okay. I will, hang on, let me read what I wrote for it first.
Meanwhile, Faraj is tapping his foot impatiently, checking his scanner.
I start mimicking.
I'll activate my chip,
Ooh.
my infiltration chip, to make us harder to see, just because we heard noises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, yeah. How does that work? Does it obscure you to scanners?
It emits a stealth field once per encounter centered on me. 20-foot radius, dampens sound, and distorts visual perception.
Ooh,
It's not
cool.
total invisibility.
Cool. So, gang, all of a sudden everything gets kind of dim and blurry, and sounds are kind of muffled and far away. And if anybody is tech savvy, you recognize this as a stealth field.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Kristy, roll a d10 and we'll add +4. All right. What'd you get?
So it's investigation +4 plus my roll?
Plus your roll, yeah.
Okay.
So light
starting
+4
out
plus
at
your roll.
22.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's
Another
20 that's
extraordinary
28.
success. Wait, how'd you get 28? What's your...
I rolled
It's your
a
light
6.
stat. +4 plus.
I have
The
an
roll.
18 to start out with an investigation. I have a 12 in light.
Holy shit.
Wait, do you have
I have
14
a
light?
rank. I have a 12. My stat in light is 12.
Uh-huh.
I have
And then you have +2 for investigation.
adept. I have
Oh,
+2
adept.
for rank. So
And you have an
it's-
extra rank.
Yeah.
So that's 14.
And
16.
+2 for the database. So that's
Right.
18
Sorry.
plus your
Sorry.
roll.
So 26. I can't add.
You rolled an 8. Okay. 26. So that's an epic success. So this, you
Fuck.
get to describe how you discover that there's a sinkhole in that clearing. And you
Don't
can
step there.
tell they're friends or not.
There's a sinkhole underneath.
Okay, so you recognize the sinkhole and you mark it on your Virtua goggles and toss it out to the others. So they know more or less the borders. So I put that on your map. And you can see that you can go further northwest, which is a narrow trail, or southeast, which is a wide, already trailblazed trail.
Do we see any fresh footprints or?
Oh yeah, to the southeast has been hacked away
yeah,
recently.
so we should definitely go that way.
Okay, and by this point you're all like completely soaked.
Yeah.
It's getting cold. Y'all will need to make a athletics or acrobatics check to skirt that narrow area around the sinkhole. But I'll give you 2 because you know it's there. An extra 2.
It's my time to
My-
shine.
Acrobatics are through the
And
roof.
You have rope in your adventuring pack, Ebenezer, so if you want, you can give everyone a length of rope. And
Yeah,
tie-
you can get me the
tie
rope, and
yourselves
I
to each
can
other.
do some fancy jumping over the thing. And
okay, cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Give us-
totally.
Give us a
Oh.
roll.
4
Hey,
plus
hey, Jeff.
2 plus 2, 4.
AJ.
8.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Can you roll for Super Botch, please?
Oh no!
Did
Wait,
Anthony roll
use
a
your
1?
wings.
No, I
I
rolled.
rolled a 1.
Use your
Oh,
wings.
okay. Hold that. I want to get Alecto first.
Alecto got a 22 all day.
Nice.
Yeah. So another extraordinary success. You're on the other side. You've got the rope. You looped one length around a branch. So AJ, you completely botched. So you're sliding into the sinkhole.
That's what you get for wearing pumps in the jungle, girl.
But Alecto easily drags you out. It's a real Princess Bride situation. And the rest of you, same deal. Give me an acrobatics check or athletics.
Gale swoons.
I fly over
Keziah,
it.
you're next. Or no, Faraj is next. I got to roll for him. Faraj makes it.
Would that be just a D10 plus my wind score, ability score?
Yeah, D10 plus wind or earth. Wind is acrobatics, earth is athletics. And then +2 if you have those skills.
I was supposed to do so well at this.
16, that's a medium success. Totally fine.
Nice.
You are on the other side. And last one is Kristy.
I got a 14, or I did much better if I can fly over it
Can you fly?
with it. Well, with like the aerial combat thing, using my whip.
Oh, you're going to do a big old leap and jump?
Yeah, if I can do that, I did much better.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Bounce
Indiana
off the
Jones.
branch. Bounce off the branch, Alecto, put a rope on, and you leap over everyone and land on the other side. And
Yay.
do you do a flourish? Are you all business? How's this look?
No, she's very much all business. She just does it like it's a totally normal thing to do. A whip comes out of one of her forearms, and she like attaches it to a branch and she swings over.
Hell yeah.
Like, her wings come out and she does the little glide thing that Zentriety can do.
Hell yeah.
She lands.
Perfect.
and-
Gail would be jealous and absolutely upset if she weren't busy swooning over Alecto.
Alecto is extremely jealous. I wish I had done something much flair.
Ebenezer is like, bravo, well done, yes.
I do think you should be quiet.
Yeah, Faraj gives Ebenezer a look. Faraj gives Ebenezer a dirty look.
Sorry, I got carried away at the moment.
Yes.
I mean, we're in a stealth field, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, Ebenezer, it's
how
all right.
good it is depends on how good Jeff wants it to be, really.
So yeah, you've got this little side passage off to the northeast. And then it continues on to another widening of the path. Faraj looks down that path and he's like, I don't recognize this trail. I guess they could have gone this way.
That is actually probably likely.
If it's a trail that is unfamiliar and these prisoners are unfamiliar with this territory, then probably.
You think they probably would keep going in a straight line, and maybe they could. This is how they got around the sinkhole, right? So they're continuing to go northeast.
But we did zigzaggies already, so they could have zigged and zagged more.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to do a tracking check, they could tell if anybody has recently gone northeast. It's muddy, or you could just take a flyer on it.
I don't think I have any like actual tracking skills. I have perception investigation.
I'll roll for it. I have absolutely no tracking.
Okay, give it a shot.
What skill would that be associated with? Light, probably?
Yeah, this is light.
All right. So that would be a flat 18 unless I can add like investigation or anything to it. Or perception.
You don't see any recent tracks other than a few dog footprints crossing it.
I'll spend some. I'll give AJ an action point.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. So what does that bring it to if you add 5?
If I add 5, that would be 23.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, all you see are a few dog prints crossing the path.
Hey, Alecto?
Yo,
Wasn't there like a weird dog creature? What were they called? Like these creatures that were dog-like?
they called them squat dogs back at the colony.
Okay, yeah. There's definitely squat dogs that way.
Don't fancy fighting those again.
Oh, and by the way, you see at the bend where it bends to the east, you see an interesting couple of marks on one of the bigger trees, sort of 3 feet above the ground, sort of triangle shapes.
Okay, I'll take a look at those. Wait up.
Okay, so as you're looking at them, Faraj says, what do you got? And you point him out and he goes, hey, that's a mark for a cache. There might be some equipment there we could use.
Does anyone have a shovel?
Let me pull up. Let me see what I got. And can I roll for dimensional inventory?
Your dimensional inventory. I don't think you've ever picked up a shovel, but yeah, I'll just roll a percentage chance that you've come across and Skyrimmed it in there.
Is it a space shovel?
No dice.
What about it?
No, I just saw you roll a dice. That's
Ebenezer has a fold-out shovel in his pack.
Yes. Standard in all standard adventures packs.
see if you click the sheath of the space clip. If you click the sheath of the space machete.
Okay, so Faraj grabs the shovel from you and he heads down the trail. Anybody want to follow him?
Yeah,
I'm not letting my shovel out of my sight.
Okay.
I'll follow. I'm
not letting my badass monk woman out of sight.
Okay, so you're all up in this little trail. It's pretty short. And no sign of any creatures. And Faraj digs in and finds a metal loop and pulls it up. It's pretty sandy ground, and out comes a plastic box about 3 feet on a side. He puts in his digital key, and it pops open. And inside is dry rations, some extra water, a couple of flashbang grenades, a submachine gun with 2 extra magazines.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. Oh, and for our VIPs, it was all station pistols up on the station, which are like rocket-propelled ceramic bullets that explode so they don't go through bulkheads and stuff. And this is a straight-up old-timey submachine gun with a turbo air thing that sends them at top speed. So if we have any gun nuts on the crew, that you might want to grab that.
Gale takes the flash grenades with a fun idea of what she can maybe do with them later if she gets a chance to tinker.
Oh, and there's also a tactical vest harness thing, so you slap that on and put the grenades on it.
Fully, yes.
Anybody else want what's in there?
I think we should take the gun so nobody else has access to it. I don't think anybody here uses guns.
I use.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, I was just going to say I have a point pistol, but I don't know if that applies to submachine guns.
No.
That sounds like a little outside my skill set.
Yeah, so I guess the person with the highest wind would probably be best with it.
My wind is insane. Let me double check that. 13.
Oh, you're
Okay.
better than me. I have a 12.
Would you like to carry it or throw it in your inventory?
I'll put it in the old inventory.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to imagine that Gale just has a full-on Rambo gearing up sequence of vest, grenade, submachine gun.
Hell yeah.
I'm literally just holding it to fuck with it later.
So you get back on the main path, and sure enough, there's another clearing. Widens out. It's about 20 feet on a side. And so yeah, same deal. If you want to investigate it visually, if you have wilderness survival, I'm just going to move y'all.
Yeah, I don't want to actually walk into there. I don't think any of us have wilderness skills.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Faraj has it, so he'll give it a
Oh,
shot.
no. I insist on rolling on things I'm not good at.
Okay, so you're looking to see what's there, and then he Keziah has proven to be super good at this sort of thing. So you can roll if you want. But Faraj is like, it's another sinkhole.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, like investigation.
Yeah, if
I
you want.
rolled another natural one.
Oh no!
Can I help you out with AP, or does that not apply to?
I think it's funnier if you don't.
Okay.
You can re-roll for sure.
I lean down to look at it and just keep leaning.
Yeah, I'll take an action point to re-roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Well, because the others are better at it, we'll just say you start to walk into the sinkhole and Faraj grabs you and yanks you back. So put Gale right there in front of the sinkhole.
Oh, so yeah, it's ridiculous. This time I actually did get 28.
I just thought it was
Hell
so
yeah.
fun the first time.
Or if I'm not
Okay.
taking time, then it would be a 24.
Okay, cool. So there's a 10-foot wide path heading east. There's another 5-foot wide trail going southwest. Which way would y'all like to go?
I should no longer be trusted with directions.
Who wants to choose? Otherwise, Faraj will choose.
Do we see any any signs off in the distance, or any more triangles or curious sights, or does it mostly just look like two?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now that you know what to look for, you see down this 5-foot wide trail where it turns a bend. There is an X carved into the thing, and Faraj tells you that means there's particular dangers that way.
So the other way then?
Dangerous plants, probably.
Hmm.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, so y'all want to head east then?
Let's head east.
Corridors aren't so tight here, so you can walk around the sinkhole easily.
Yeah.
And then your path goes more or less east about 100 feet or so. So you see this long path going kind of up and turns a bit, so you can't see past maybe 50 feet into the gloom. And the ground looks kind of thick. There's a lot of rotted trees down or whatever, so it's going to be kind of difficult terrain. And Faraj tells you to be careful in this area. There's a lot of rocks and stuff. You don't want to go too fast.
I look at Ebenezer's boots with extreme jealousy.
I cannot recommend them enough.
All right. So, Alecto, put yourself out in front.
I'm still drawing, damn it.
Trying to get the map to move.
Welcome to Technical Difficulties, the podcast.
Yes. Yeah, you get to the bend, and now you can see that the trees sort of give way on the north side, and it goes up even steeper, and you can see a kind of a big slope headed up to the north on your left. And it's not as thick jungle, so you could probably pretty easily scramble up there if you wanted.
Still hear all the noises that we were hearing before?
I mean, it's just wind and rain and thunder at this point.
So, like, we've moved away from whatever we were hearing before?
Remind me what you were hearing.
I think it was around the time we saw some heat signatures nearby, right when we started.
Oh, right as you started. Yeah, there were heat signatures on his scanner, and he definitely knows they're up this slope to the north.
Okay.
So you guys are pretty close to it. Do you want to keep going down the trail? Head up the slope?
I should not be in charge.
Well, if he knows that they're up the slope, I mean, can we see down, like, further down the trail? Like, if we go down the trail, are we just going to be like, okay, see ya, guys?
Oh, like you want to try to come around behind him rather than straight at him? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, my question is, like, so if he knows for sure that they're up the slope, like, how far down the trail can we see? Does it look like it just keeps going forever?
You can see all the way past the slope, but it's kind of a hill, so you're not sure what's beyond it.
Gotcha.
So you're kind of standing at the corner where the slope begins and a long trail to the east. Faraj is real tense. He's not sure if you should keep going east or try to go up the slope. I'm going to say this. If Faraj is in charge, if Ebenezer doesn't take charge. Because the VIPs are kind of not sure.
I was going to ask, would it be possible for me to like stealthily scout my way up the slope? If we know they're up there, I wouldn't like want to like tip them off, but would it be possible for me to kind of,
Okay, so you kind of skirt the slope through the thick jungle?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me I don't know what this would be. Oh, it'd be a stealth check, and you're going as slow as you need to.
Okay.
So it won't be any minuses or anything.
So that's a shadow plus 1 rank of stealth.
So
Is that
plus 2. So it's 11 plus your roll. 20.
20.
Good. Another extraordinary success.
Yes.
So you're skulking through the thick jungle. You're looking at this slope, and you get near the top. So where are you? You're this guy. You get up here, and you look out across the slope, and you notice a bunch of rocks and trees and stuff sort of piled up right about here.
Does it look kind of like a natural, just like maybe a storm knocked a bunch of stuff over, or does it look more like man-made kind of shelter?
Kind of down slope from there. It's pretty rocky, but here it looks like somebody obviously put a sort of, what do you call it? Some stuff they could push down the slope.
Oh.
And it looks like it was moved recently.
Okay. It's almost like a trap, like ready to roll down and crush us.
Yeah, because it's so rocky here, you think it might start a landslide. It is a pretty steep slope, too.
Okay. And do I see any other signs of anyone up here? Or does it look like pretty much abandoned, this area?
So this will be another tracking check. Give me investigation +2 if you have tracking, which you don't.
I don't. So I think that'd just be light.
Yeah.
Oh no, I rolled a 2, so 12 total.
12, that's an easy success. You're not sure. Your spidey sense tells you, like, you have a feeling they might be hiding in the thick jungle north of the logs and stuff, but you don't see any obvious signs. Faraj sends you a text message. He's like, report.
I text him back. I'm like, appears to be like a big log trap designed to squash us. I believe they may be north of that. I'm feeling a little exposed. Going to head back down the slope. See you in a minute.
Right.
And then like, I'm old, so like I signed the text at the bottom.
Sincerely, Captain Raymond Holt.
Okay, give me a D10 roll plus your light and add 2 if you have combat sense.
Okay, so D10 plus 10. Oh, I did it again. I keep rolling in Zoom. 20.
Oh, you rolled a 10. All right, roll again.
Yes.
Just a flat 1D10 or...
Yeah, we call this keep it rolling. And this is where your party members cheer and clap.
Politely and quietly so that I do not disturb the people in my home.
So you got a 29. That's almost legendary, but it's very high. And you notice a gun poke out of the jungle and point at you.
Oh, no.
And you're fast enough to act, I believe. Let me roll for them. Yeah, you're fast enough to act if you want to do something.
Can I just bravely run and dive and kind of roll down the hill like a slip and slide through the jungle?
Yes, you'll have to go onto the slope to do it.
Okay.
So it'll be a little more challenging. Do you have athletics or acrobatics?
I don't believe so.
Okay, give me a roll. And you'll be moving, so it'll be harder to hit you. But yeah, give me an athletics roll.
I do have intimidation, so if I can look real intimidating as I flee the scene.
It's hard to look intimidating when running and sliding.
Oh, ow, bang, boop, ow.
Make like the tiger thing and then like jump the other way.
Yeah. I'll be like one of those moths with like the owl face. So I'll have like a fleeing cape that kind of shoots out, makes a big scary face as I run him.
It's like, run. I'll get you.
So give me a D10 plus your earth or wind,
Okay.
whatever's higher.
I'll do wind. 16.
16. You are making decent headway down the slope. You go about 30 feet. And something hits you in the back of the neck. It's not a bullet because your neck is still intact, but it's definitely hit your neck. And yeah, so that's what happened. Y'all see a bunch of rocks start tumbling down the hill.
No. Alecto will book it for Ebenezer
Okay.
and sort of leap over him and then stand in between him and whoever is attacking and the rocks and
cool.
stuff. And she'll use her martial arts to, like, you know, bat rocks away or kick them or whatever.
Nice.
So you're providing him cover. Yeah, give me a martial arts roll. So whatever you got, +2. And then we'll see if you manage to
9.
get past him and keep him out of the rock's path.
So that would be an earth check.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 8 plus my earth of 11 is 19. Yeah, that's just my straight martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use an action point to add +5 to it.
So what'd you get all together?
Let's see, 6, 8, 19, 24.
24. Good. I guess everyone should roll initiative now. It's D10 plus your light plus 2 if you have combat sense.
I thought it was plus wind.
Plus wind, you're right.
That'd be a 1, so 10 total.
Oh, you've already got initiative. You're 29,
Oh, okay.
remember?
Oh, okay, cool.
I've rolled a 22.
So did I. Shame on you.
Keziah?
13.
Altogether? Your roll plus your wind plus 2
I
if you
rolled
have
a
combat
2.
sense. Oh my god. All right, you're way at the back. So yeah, Ebenezer, you're sliding down the slope. Alecto runs up and leaps over you and has her arms out, like, you know, trying to protect you from darts. And some shots open up at Alecto. What did you roll again for your martial arts? Was it 18?
I thought it was like 24.
24. So that'll be your defense for the battle, unless you change it up for some reason, which I don't know why you would. So darts go flying past you into the jungle. And does anybody else want to do anything down here?
I would love to blast a rock. If there are any still like coming down at us.
Hold on just a sec. Lewis is coughing.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to do to the rocks?
If there are any still coming down at us, I want to blast one with a blast spell.
Sure, yeah. You pick the biggest one and give it a blast.
Oh, that's not going to be good, but we'll see.
You just need a 15.
Okay, so blast +2 plus wind. Oh yeah, I get 15. I get 17 there. 18.
Cool. So you knock that one out of the way, and it sort of lands at the bottom of the slope.
Height. And then if I can do this as like a bonus thing, I would love to boost Alecto's wind or whatever. What would like help? What would better boost your like punches?
Earth.
So you have to kind of come out in front of the slope to see Alecto. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Into the path of the falling rocks. And yes, you have dual spell. Is that right?
Let me see.
Either way, you take 2 strain.
Okay. 2 strain.
Yeah.
2 strain works.
And roll that boost, baby!
Is that a D10 or D6?
You got to roll the spell first, and then we'll figure out how much.
9. 21.
21. Cool. So that'll be +4 to Alecto's Earth.
Wow. I'm rocking a 15 Earth stat, yo. Like
Hey.
giant strength.
Alecto and Gale win at the same time. Next is Mick, one of the shooters. And they knock some more rocks down. So some more rocks are coming down this way. And they'll miss Alecto and Ebenezer, but they might hit you, Gale, because you're out in the open. Unless you want to move back out of sight.
I'll roll for it. Let's see if they hit me.
Nope. It lands, it sort of lands at your feet.
I take 2 steps back.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Oh, here we go. So yeah, it lands right next to you. And you're like, oh, you leap back a few feet. Next is Faraj and one of the goons. Goon shoots at Alecto. Now they're the bigger target. Just barely misses. You feel a dart go flying past your scalp. And you kind of look back and you realize that Ebenezer has a dart sticking out of his neck with little red feathers. And it doesn't look machined. It looks like handmade. And Faraj peeks out and takes a shot. He's got a sort of mini mortar. So he hunkers down, sights up the slope, and launches. But it goes wide. And it lands about halfway up the slope, which is... Let's see. What's halfway up? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 40, 45, 50. So about 25 feet. So it's about here. And it has a 10-foot blast radius.
Oh, okay.
So we're showered with pebbles and rocks and stuff.
Yeah, you'll need to make acrobatics or athletics check, or you will take damage.
Way to go. Let's see.
Oof, 2. So 11 total to avoid being blown up by my boss.
So you take 9, 10, 15
Wow.
damage.
Oof.
So lower your vitality 15. What about you?
I got a 20 for
20? Perfect.
athletics.
So you take half of that. You take 7.
Okay.
And you're not sure where that came from, but yeah, rocks are just
My
pelting.
armor soak any of that?
Oh yeah, that's right. You have armor. Ebenezer, do you have armor?
I don't think so.
Okay, so remind me what your armor does.
I just my robes are enchanted, so they give me 4 armor.
Cool. So that'll be 3 damage. Where are you at with vitality, Ebenezer?
I'm at 9.
Okay, so you might want to dive into the jungle. Whew. Another one goes right over your head, Alecto. You're like shaking shrapnel off and goes through your hair.
Just dodging martial arts style.
Yeah, and last but not least is Keziah. And this will be the last act of the night.
So I'm sorry, my audio went in and out. What did Ebenezer get hit by?
A
You
dart?
got the dart.
A dart,
But then,
yeah.
then
some
you got
kind of
hit by
dart.
rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, an
Okay.
explosion.
Yeah.
Fun.
Little friendly fire.
Can I make it up to him and still have enough action to do something, or is that too far to move and still do something?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'd have to use your action to get up there. What's your speed?
It is 27.
27.
I can also just use my whip. That's 15 foot.
So you'd get within 10 feet of Alecto, and you'd be right next to Ebenezer.
Okay.
So you have an action. What would you like to do?
I guess first aid.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a first aid.
It's 25.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Nice.
So it'll give him +5 on his water check to avoid the effects of the poison.
Cool.
Okay.
In fact, let's make that the last act of this round. Give me a water check. And that's just a straight water check unless you have endurance. Or no, unless you have resist poison.
I don't believe so. Okay.
You need to meet a 20. Or I guess 15 because you had 5.
And that is water check.
Yeah.
Okay, it's +6. My lowest stat. 9.
Nice. Oh, that's exactly 15.
Hey!
Okay, yeah. She comes up, she hits you with her chemicals, and you feel the like woozy feeling in your head sort of start to pass, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And, won't be slowed or anything.
Kind of means crazy, but you back.
And she yanks the dart out. Do you want to hold on to the dart or just throw it away?
No,
that's a
she'll
souvenir.
keep it. Oh,
Sorry?
I was going to say that's a souvenir. So, yeah.
you can have it back after I look at it.
Okay, cool. So you drop it in a bag, and yeah, that was the fastest first aid ever. Okay, so that is the battle in effect. How do you guys feel? How did it go?
I think
Good.
it's
All right.
going nicely.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
Good.
A lot of fun.
A little walk in the woods, a little destroy some rocks, a little catch some criminals.
You're gonna have to give Faraj a piece of your mind after this.
Yeah, consider this my formal resignation. Having just been blown up by my boss.
All right.
A little
OSHA
espionage.
violation.
Likes and wishes. This is where you kind of share something you liked that a teammate did or something I did. Let's go around the horn. Jayme?
Let me see here. Something a teammate did. I am a bit biased, but I liked the Keziah's last minute rescue of my character. So that was pretty good.
Hell yeah, good move.
And something you did, Jeff. I like the whole like tense, like winding through the jungle paths thing. And the hidden caches were cool.
The hidden cache, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go, Anthony.
Oh, jeez. My short-term memory is so bad right now.
Let's see.
I loved all of it.
We called the city hall the hovel.
No, not at all.
No, what stress
we
would you be
described your characters, and then I stopped taking notes. Oh, you did some databasing. You had some sinkholes.
My favorite thing was Kristy's jump over the sand pit, the sinkhole.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I hated that. I'm the one that's supposed to be have the dramatic flair for athletics and stuff. It's not fair.
Who's the one that fell in?
Me, twice.
That was Gale.
Hell yeah.
Coincidentally, that was my favorite part. Not because you fell in, just because it was fun. It was a fun moment.
And then almost
Because
walked
then
into the
later-
second one.
Yes.
Can I say I rolled the second one before he revealed it was another sinkhole? And I'm just like, it cannot be. It cannot be.
Little friendly
So,
fire from the NPC. Not is unexpected.
At some point in the future.
Yeah, I did a D6 to determine where it went. Like, did it go left? Did it go back or whatever? And I got down, so it was down slope. So yeah, that's what happened there. And
At some point in the future, Keziah may be giving Gale a little booklet on how to identify sinkholes.
Oh, she's going to hate that. She's going to hate it so much.
cool.
Keziah has no social skills, so she won't know.
Yeah.
But that's the
Being
thing is that
helpful.
neither does Gale, but she does have fierce competitive feelings about science.
That's fair.
And for me, my like was Ebenezer's daring climb up the slope and daring retreat.
Yes. An intimidating retreat.
That was very good.
Thank you.
That one was very good. I liked that a lot.
Okay. And then after that is wishes. This is where you say like, oh, I'd like to get to know this character more, or I'd like to have a role-playing interaction with one of the PCs. Or like an environment you want to get into, a certain type of encounter.
Well, I will say for the beginning of the next adventure or next session, Alecto would like to run across the falling boulders anime style, like jump from boulder to boulder on her way up the slope.
Anybody else?
I want to interrogate Farja. Why did he hit my friend?
Yeah.
Interrogate Faraj. Good.
Keziah just wants to get out of the jungle. She doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
same.
It's unsanitary.
She's like, I'm over this quest
Gross.
already.
Ebenezer wants to get just someplace nice and dry and warm, maybe talk to everybody, have some pastries, Comfort,
Have a little
comfortable
Dragon Age
life.
style fire pit.
Yeah.
There are pastries in the dimensional inventory.
Oh, sweet.
Whether or not they are stale is questionable.
Oh, yeah, they're from several days ago. Or at least 2 days ago. 2 or 3. Oh, and you're in the rain. Oh, I guess the dimensional inventory is great for keeping stuff out of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
So me, I want to see more bickering between the characters. And maybe some touching backstories. So let's find out, how do people find you on the internet? Jayme.
I'm on YouTube. You can look for Brandoff, the off-brand Gandalf. I do random table adventure design walkthroughs. I whip up little adventures purely out of random tables.
Nice.
Cool. Anthony?
You can find me on Mastodon as Dr. Mod, DOKTORMOD. And have a comedy account there. I'm not funny, but I do know a lot of funny people. I'm sorry. I try.
You're funny.
Funny, but unpopular.
Well, you're very funny on this show. I'll tell you what.
Aw.
Incredibly.
Yeah, totally.
And AJ.
You can find me on Twitter at AJ_GANAROS. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram at AJ_the_Slayer. And I'm also on Christmas Tide, Ohio, which is a Kids on Bikes podcast where we play kids discovering mysteries and supernatural things through this crazy Christmas town.
It's very fun.
Nice.
And Kristy.
I haven't posted anything in over a month, but I am KMITKO and the number 3. It's Kmitko3. You can find me on Mastodon, on the creativewriting.social server, Twitter, I guess, Tumblr, I guess. I mean,
All right.
I'm not really online right now, but
No
you
problem.
can look for me there.
And for us, it's email shatteredworldspod@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at SWRPGpod. Please like us, rate, review, subscribe. Follow us on Podchaser and Good Pods. And once again, if you'd like to have your character name on the show, tweet at us. Maybe a quote or your feelings about all of us or one of us. And we'll turn your name into a character. And last but not least, the camera moves through the jungle, up the slope, out into the dense jungle where 3 bad guys are retreating, and they are silent, looking back over their shoulders occasionally, and they come to a bridge over a deep gully. And they skulk across it.
Slip and fall.
Yeah.
Roll the 1 for their athletics check.
They fell right into a sinkhole.
And the person in the back, the third person across the log, whispers to them, "Help me with this thing." And then the camera rises up and we see the thick jungle and the rain going sideways. At the bottom of the gully, there's a river forming. And we see some weird flying creatures fly over these 3. And then the logo hits the screen. Shattered Worlds RPG. Join us next time as our heroes get completely massacred by the Terusians.
Love that. Love that for us.
Well, they were the competent party, so
They were,
That's
weren't
right.
they? Why did we let the competent ones go?
All right, y'all. Jayme, thanks for joining us. It was
Thanks for
great.
playing. Run the
You're
game. I had a lot of
hilarious.
yeah.
Yay.
fun. Nice to meet you, everybody.
Thanks, Kristy. Thanks for being back. I hope y'all join us next time in a couple weeks. And yeah, I've loved playing with y'all. You're tremendous. Very grateful that we get to do this. All right.
All righty.
Keep it rolling. If anybody wants to joke, now's the time for a tag.
Oh man, there was joke time. I could have gotten so many jokes in, and now it's sleep time, and I just feel very underprepared. I feel very underprepared for this. In fact, here's a long essay as to why I'm so.
Oh yeah.
I had this prepared for this very occasion. I knew it was coming, Jeff, and I should have listened to everyone.
Next time, write a script and just keep it handy. Last time on Shattered Worlds, our heroes skulk towards the tall rocks to get out of the... Oh no, that's ancient. What are we doing?
Old.
These are ancient. Where did I... maybe I didn't call it Devarakar? Sorry, this is totally unprofessional.
Absolutely. What the fuck, Jeff?
There was a giant plane because with the army will fly low-flying planes over our house. They do low altitude drops near Mount Rainier.
Just another reason to defund the military. Honestly, stop interrupting quality podcasting.
Exactly. Stop making me put things on mute. I have the thing where I can punch through steel. Remember, I punched a spaceship.
Yes.
Good times. And I have a projected like Hadouken sort of attack. So there goes another plane.
Fuck plane.
Oh, good. You guys can't hear it.
Heard a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A touch.
Can you Hadouken the plane?
Can you punch the plane?
It's out of my range. We just live this austere life of like disciplining our minds, our bodies, our emotions, and then we will like know enlightenment or happiness or whatever. And she hated it.
I'm sorry for the murder I've made on the path.
Wilderness what did Jayme wrote? Wilderness dentistry in the chat.
Because I am skilled in wilderness dentistry. That's all I'm saying. It's a very specific field.
Biology dentist. 10 and it curves off to the right.
You will fall down. It will be very bad.
I just spilled water in my dice tray.
Oh no.
Would that make it a dice pool system? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had this
night of 1,000 dad jokes.
Much like failing up, we like to succeed down here, so you fall into the sinkhole. Of life, and it moves us all. I want to be so much louder about that, but my parents are asleep across the hall.
I mean, they might join in. You never know.
After they're done feverishly yelling at me. It is 11 p.m.
So you see it stretching out into the gloom, and I'm gonna roll another roll. So I'll put this on the map layer.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh, except now I can't fucking select it again.
Oh, no.
How do you select stuff that's on top of other stuff?
You gotta, it's
so fucking annoying. We'll do that next time. So just imagine it.
Next time on Shattered Worlds.
We'll do the exciting circle. Oh. No.
So long since I've played a game. Which dice do I need for a game?
Did you send that
to the jungle? Sorry.
Is that the thing from Fantastic?
I tried to put one out and it didn't look like it came out. And then there were two.
Listen, anytime there's more than one thing in the party, it's a good party.
That way you have thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah.
Twice the clobbering time. 2 times.
Oh no, I've gone drunk with power. You made a bunny
Aw.
out of my dumb squares. I love it.